Everyone. So, Onward is the latest Pixar film, and for those of you that don't happen to know, the premise is really quite simple. It is about two teenage elf brothers who embark on a quest to discover if there is still magic in the world. This is a movie that stars Tom Holland, Chris Pratt, Octavia Spencer, and a slew of other actors and actresses. It's a movie that I don't want to say I was excited for, but it's a Pixar movie, so I am always down to watch that. I hate relying on nostalgia, but I truly did grow up with Pixar movies. I still remember as a young kid watching Toy Story 2 for the first time, and Pixar films, they're not all great. I know some people are huge fanboys and say that they're all great, but truth be told, they're not. There are some that I think are just kind of like or meh, and they're masterpieces that I think are incredible feats of filmmaking. Onward, I wasn't sure which it was going to fall into, but I'm happy to get into the movie now. So, all the exposition aside, first and foremost, the voice acting. It's really good. I think that the voice acting easily is probably the best thing about the movie because these characters really emulate their feelings in a very organic way. I also like the animation. I think it's just, I think it's just incredible how far animation's come since Toy Story first came out, which was their first movie, and now crazy enough as it is to say it, 25 years later, where the visual effects are now for that company. It's just incredible, honestly. I also really like the production design with the detail oriented of the character designs and everything. I think those are really cool and unique because it stands out. It stands out. You watch Onward and it's unlike anything you visually have seen compared to other movies. And I think that's worth pointing out too. There's a specific style that Pixar movies have, and this movie Onward continues that. It continues having its own room to breathe in terms of that regards, and I really respect that. Sorry, just get over a cold, everyone. The excuse me. The score is also fine. I think it's really good in terms of like the emotional scenes that need emotional heft. I think it really helps out during those scenes. Pacing is fine. It goes by pretty fast for the most part, and you do understand the relationship and the dynamics between the brothers and why they do what they do, and I think that's really cool. However, I'm not gonna lie. Onward, I think I thought it was just okay. I mean, it has all the things that you are expecting of a Pixar movie. All the things I mentioned, the positives. There's all things that are kind of to be expected, and it could just be that in 2020 we are spoiled with Pixar movies being some of the best animated movies ever. So you expect every single movie like that studio to match that quality. So when it doesn't, it's kind of almost a letdown. And I'm not saying Honor is a letdown in per se in that regard. As a movie, it's okay, but there are just certain things that I just felt like I don't know. I just kind of wish that they had gone about in a different way or had built upon it. Like example, I think that the villain in this movie really felt weak, which is a shame given the fact that Pixar has been known to produce really quality villains. I also do think that, and I know I'm going to come off as a cynic saying this, but I really did feel like the final act wasn't as entertaining or interesting as the other two acts. I did kind of feel as though it was pretty safe in that regards as well. Because a lot of times Pixar just really opens up and you get emotional and there's a lot to be had. Like Toy Story 4 really got to me, but I just felt like Onward didn't do that quite for me. It focused on the little things, which I was fine with. The messages are fine, but I just overall wish that it got to me more. I wish that there was more emotions to me. And there's a difference between caring for characters and like being emotionally distraught by them. And I wasn't really emotionally attached to these characters. I enjoyed them, but it wasn't like a lot of other characters in this, universe of Pixar that really got to me. And again, I know some people are like, "Oh, that's preference," and that's true. It's my review, so that's why it is my preferences. There's nothing outright bad about this movie. If you were looking for a movie with fine animated filmmaking, this movie's fine. I mean, the filmmaking is not bad by no means. It's just a movie that I do wish was, a bit better, more fully realized. But it's by no means a bad movie, and it's a movie that I'll still give a light recommendation. Like Onward, I think it's visually captivating, just a little bit lackluster in terms of narration, and of course character development. I do wish was more emotionally resonant in those regards. But nonetheless, I still would be saying Onward. I'm recommending it. I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 star rating, which for there's like a hot sauce rating, it's the good old Frank's hot sauce rating. I apologize, guys, for getting another review out late. I saw this movie in Call of the Wild on Thursday, but I've had a lot of stuff going on with like editing my movie, which I don't know if I updated you guys. It is going to be a feature length movie at this point, which is kind of crazy considering it was going to be a short movie, and there's just so much material that I had to make it into a long movie. So, well, a 90-minute movie, I should say, probably around that time. So, stay tuned for that in the near future. I don't know when, but stay tuned for that. And guys, as always, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.